At the weekend, Tory leader David Cameron vowed to mend what he calls broken Britain and claims that marriage is the answer. In a speech, he said, "Do I think we'd be a stronger society if more people got married, if few people separated? Yes, I do." This comes in the weekend when rumours are rife that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, unmarried parents of 6, are on the brink of separation. Now, obviously, we don't absolutely know what's going on in their household, but do you think that if you're married, it makes it more difficult to walk away? And do you think that more of us should be getting married before we have children?
What a load of old nonsense from David Cameron. So what's he like living in a fairy tale land?
But you're just saying that because you're not married. You're in a long-term relationship with a child, but
and
not
I'm
married.
not a commitment phobe. I'd marry Paul tomorrow, but I just don't like weddings. And I don't need to be married to make... I can't stand them. It's the frock and the whole thing. It makes you nervous, and then you want to split up with them.
But you could do it very quietly.
I could do it quietly, but it's expensive as well, isn't it?
Not if you do it quietly.
No, what if we paid for it?
Can I get back to you on that? No, I don't. Seriously, though, I don't think you need to be married to be more committed in a relationship. And I think, you know, if you're looking for a reason to stay together, then I think probably children are the best. They're the glue, I think.
Do you not think, again, just, you know, playing devil's advocate with you, do you not think maybe, you know, because of the way that you were brought up, maybe you're keeping one foot slightly outside and one in because you're a bit scared?
I'm not got one foot in the back door ready to leave him or anything like that. But I think, you know, in my past experience, on a sort of more serious note, I mean, I am a product of a relationship that happened between my mother and a married man.
Yeah.
Who, when my mum found out that she was pregnant with me, she found out that in the same week that he was pregnant and that his wife was expecting as well. So
he was pregnant.
Sorry.
I knew what you meant.
I come from a very talented family.
But basically, it's clouded your vision of marriage.
I think that being married, people don't actually honour the vows. I don't believe that they do. I think if you want to stay with somebody, you stay with them, and if you don't, you don't.
I think there was... I mean, obviously, we've moved on, haven't we? Because I do think that there's no... As you say, there is no stigma. Kids used to get bullied if their parents weren't married, and now, of course, they don't. Similarly, there's no disgrace in coming from a broken home. I've been married twice, and I think it depends how you do the vows, because I went for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse. And then in sickness and in health. Sickness and in health. No, I'm only joking. But I do... No, I think that... I think that one of the... I think that, and I've said this before in the show, that whether you're married or just in a committed relationship, that I think people should try harder if they have children. I don't think that they should stay together if they're desperately unhappy, because I think the children would mostly agree that they'd rather their parents be happy and split up. But I do think that people shouldn't fall at the first hurdle, which I find that they do. I think that one of the reasons that Tim and I have stayed together after 20 years, because, by God, as people know, we've had our ups and downs, and we've been close. We have considered separating.
Why do you stay together?
Several times.
I mean, there must be a reason, mustn't there?
Well, you ask him, because I'm clearly so horrible to him, Sherry.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask him?
Well, I mean, just say why I
we do have 2 children, but what I find that keeps us together is the history. I love the history that we have together.
Do you mean your memories?
I love that. Well, the memories and the fact that, you know, you have 2 families which have come together over 20 years. His family adore me, mine adore him. They would both understand and be sympathetic, you know, if things happened, I know. But it's sharing occasions. When we're watching something, say, watching little Louis, you know, play a duck in Wind in the Willows, even though I never knew there was a duck in Wind in the Willows. But anyway, we were watching it, and you sort of look at each other with that kind of... I can't bear the thought of him going on it, you know...
But you can have shared history without being married. Do you think it's the fact that you're actually married?
No, I don't. I don't.
It can't be anyway, because I have to take up on Lisa's point. I don't think children glue a marriage together. I think children can part a marriage. I don't think it should be the 2 people that keep you together. Whether you're married or not, I don't think that's of any importance whatsoever. I think those 2 people and the commitment you make must be without that licence or whatever. If you decide to get married,
stronger than the responsibility you have when you share a child.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that my brother has been with my sister-in-law, they're not married, for 34 years. They're the strongest couple I know. It's truly wonderful. And they just commit, and they've committed. Now, I stayed in my marriage, admittedly for Keeley, and it was wrong. It was totally wrong. I should have gone. We would have both been happy with someone else, and Keeley would have had a better life.
But it might have worked. If you did, you know, there's...
I tried
crime
every
is in not
which way.
trying.
To be honest, at the end of the day, a happy mummy and daddy make a happy family.
That's
whether
exactly
whether or not you're married.
Exactly right.
OK, it's time for one final break before we catch up with